And hello everyone, and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 gameplay cast by me, Thendis32. We got ourselves here, not exactly a pro game. I'm sorry, 1 second. Just had to make sure my overlay was on. I cast pro level games. I cast mid-level range. I cast low-level games. To show you that Warcraft 3 community still has all levels of gameplay. This I would cast at about a medium to high level. Alright. Now that I got all that mushy crap, you can enjoy all this stuff. I wish there was a way to turn off chat, but there isn't. Alright, and spawning as the light blue undead, we have Decon Sweets. Yeah. And his opponent, spawning as the yellow orc, we have I Lost. I Lost is better known as Fit for Gaming Luck, as his War 3 Arena account name is. We got a undead versus orc matchup here on Twisted Meadows. As we got a Orc Blade Master as the first hero as for the orc. And we got ourselves here a Death Knight. So we have... There's the link to my Twitch. So we have a pretty standard game here. Scouts being sent out. The orc will find the undead first. Anything that is said in this chat room, even if it's said by me, I do not support and condone. I'm just saying that because I remember I was acting pretty stupid during this game. And it looks like we're going to have ourselves a Fiend build and a Blade Master Grunt build. Twisted Meadows is also a 2v2 map, as you can tell, so there is plenty of creeping spots in a 1v1 situation. So getting a hero to level 3 is relatively easy compared to some other 1v1 maps in the pool. There's a Twitch account for Whamkosh if you want to follow him as well. Looks like the Blade Master is going to go out, and it looks like he's going to do some harassing. Sometimes the orc will go to the shops and see if they could pick off the items. It looks like he will sell his TP. Yes, and buy a circlet. But it looks like he's not going to try to pick off anything.
Player's forces are under attack.
Keeping up the harassment, making sure that Death Knight can't creep easy. Meanwhile, the undead's pumping out fiends. And it looks like the orc's gonna take his green spot and continue to pump out grunts. Ooh, will he coil it? Will he coil it? Ooh! 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 It looks like he won't, so orc is pushing him away. In the early game, orcs tend to be favored in this matchup, but towards the late game, it starts to go towards the undead. We'll just have to see how this plays out. That Death Knight is waiting for that coil. He wants the coil, but I don't think he's gonna get it.
A player's forces are under attack.
So far, Blade Master's still hacking and slashing. Undead's gonna tech up to tier 2. But the orc is a little bit ahead in the tech. Coil onto the Fiend. I know Decon Sweet. His main race is human. He went random this game and he got undead, so there we go. I'm just reading the chat. If you wonder how I act like off the stream, here you go. Because at first I wasn't planning on casting this game. So I wasn't acting all official. That Acolyte is reading that sign. That is an important sign to read for him. Meanwhile, the orc's gonna creep out this Null Overseer camp. And he has plenty of grunts to do this with ease. Looks like that acolyte won't be able to read anymore. Should have been a faster reader. Now, looks like the Blade Master will get level 2 off that acolyte. Yes. And the item is a Circle of Nobility. Meanwhile, the undead is creeping out his Null Overseer camp. I don't believe he'll get level 2 off this, but let's see what item he gets. Gloves of Haste. Alright. Quicker coils, quicker attacks. Looks like the undead's gonna come here for a little harassment. I really wish there's a turn off chat thingy. Coil onto the grunt, and we'll be taken out by the fiends. Death Knight reaches level 2. That aura will help him greatly. Coil onto the fiend, but another one is being focused. And this orc is on the ball. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, nice block. Ooh, but he still gets the fiend. Meanwhile, these fiends are still wreaking havoc. And it looks like we got a Shadow Hunter in for the orc. And a Lich for the undead. The Lich is a little more delayed than the Shadow Hunter. By a lot. Shadow Hunter's out. He's gonna pick himself some stuff from the shop and meet up with his orc brethren.
A player's forces are under attack.
We got a slaughterhouse coming in for the undead, and a bestiary for the orc. Sorry if I seem a little out of it, folks. Been a long day at college. But nothing some playing Warcraft 3 won't fix, that is for sure. After I do this cast, I'm gonna hit the ladder. Looks like undead's gonna creep out this expansion spot. Preferative Vitality was dropped. Good item for the Death Knight. Meanwhile, this Blade Master's trying to find the undead army here. He wants to keep up their harassment, not let him get the level 3. But... ooh, very close. Meanwhile, Shadow Hunter's creeping out this Null Overseer camp. Undead going to tier 3, along with the orc. The orc is ahead. Now, in 1v1 situations, tier 3 is not that common, so we'll see how this goes. As said in the chat, guys, way to cast for me. Level 2 on the Shadow Hunter, Claws of Attack +6. I'm sure that'll be traded to the Blade Master. Frost Shield for the Lich, which is something very nice against Orc to go first. Level 3 onto that Death Knight, and now he can go off and harass. Meanwhile, the Blade Master found himself an obsidian statue. Will he be able to get that?
A player's forces are under attack.
Meanwhile, Shadowhunter gonna creep out this expansion spot. And this is exactly what you can expect on Twisted Meadows. A nice creepful game. This and Turtle Rock. And that other map that you don't see a lot that I can't remember the name for. It's like a... it looks like the Barrens area. Something Mesa, I believe. But that Blade Master, Dust of Appearance. Ooh! 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 Oh! Oh, the Fiend attack. Oh. Fiends have this weird attack. It's like slow moving. And it killed the Blade Master. That's funny. And with the Blade Master dead, the undead knows he can attack this base. Orc will have to retreat here. Shadowhunter is very close to level 3. One burrow goes down. We got Troll Berserkers coming in. Before we get into this fight, I'm gonna... alright. It is currently 40 food for the orc. 45 for the undead, so pretty even. We got more obsidian statues coming in, and tier 3's about done. Peons repairing the burrow. Troll headhunters pumping out.
Are under attack.
Kodo getting in a bad spot. Looks like he's gonna get himself a little snack here. Healing wave going down. Frost Nova onto Kodo Beast, and we got a speed scroll. I heard a clarity pot, or maybe a mana pot. One Obsidian statue goes down. Shadow Hunter does hit level 3. Troll Berserker berserking it up here. Healing waves going down. Blade Master almost out. That Raider is getting caught. Ooh. Ooh. The Orc is supply blocked, so he won't be able to build anything. Does he have Ensnare? He does. Blade Master is out, has enough mana for one more Windwalk. It looks like a Fiend's gonna get caught, but now with a little Frost Shield action. Coil being used, saving the Fiend. They are right, the Orc should get the Orb. He'll be able to cancel the Frost Shield. The Orc's Purge Orb. Meanwhile, these burrows are slicing and dicing on these Fiends. Ensnare onto the Death Knight. One Grunt goes down. Coil on a Fiend, keeping that Fiend alive. Don't want the Death Knight to get in there.
Town is under siege.
We got ourselves here a nice little micro battle, folks. Undead gonna focus down that shot. Make sure the Orc can't buy any more healing salves.
A player's forces are under attack.
We got more Raiders pumping out of the Bestiary. Healing wave going down. Nice save on that Raider. Nice save on that Fiend. We got some nice saves here. Purge going down. Actually didn't cancel Frost Armor. Strange. Burrow being used here. That Blade Master getting a little low on health. And we got Destroyers. But should do well against the... Shouldn't do that well against a number of Berserkers. But right now the Berserker number is low. Meanwhile, more Headhunters and Raiders are being pumped out here. The Orc is trapped in his base. Yes, the Kodo is still out there. I believe he forgot about that Kodo. Looks like the Orc's going to take a chance here. Might lose his Blade Master again. Oh, go. And Blade Master goes down for a second time here. This chat's driving me insane. I'm focusing more on that than the cast. Next time I might just keep my mouth shut on 5 and a replay. Looks like that Fiend will get taken down. And while the Blade Master is dead, the Shadow Hunter will be getting experience much quicker. Got another Kodo Beast coming out. Since this is long and drawn out. We got 49 food versus 51. And still Fiends and statues for the undead player. Fiend Destroyer. Looks like a couple Peons are going to get taken out here. Stepping out of their burrow. Level 3 onto that Lich. Level 2 Nova will be very helpful. Blade Master about halfway out. And it looks like this barracks is going to be focused down here. Kodo going to get himself a lovely little snack. First thing he does when he wakes up is get himself some food. Peons trying effortlessly to keep that barracks alive. Nova going down on the Headhunter. One Headhunter will go down here. And the Orc is trapped in his base. Blade Master is back out. But he's still at level 2. He needs that level 2 Windwalk. Ooh, that is one lucky Peon. More Headhunters still being produced here. Looks like we might try to get ourselves a Death Knight snipe. He's going for it. Nice crowd control on the Death Knight. And a beautiful crit. Death Knight's down and a Blade Master hits level 3. And it looks like the orc is going to be able to push this away. Possibly. It depends. I wouldn't fight if I was the undead. Okay. He's going to back off. More statues.
A player's forces are under attack.
Burrowed fiend. Statue might get caught out and snare onto this fiend. Will he burrow? I forget if they can burrowed while ensnared. Yes, that's the word. Looks like Death Knight's gonna be revived at the Heroes Tavern.
A player's forces are under
And it looks like the undead's gonna continue to creep. Still no expansions by any player. Boots of Quel'Thalas dropped. Not the greatest item for these two heroes, and will be sold. Level 4 onto that Death Knight. Tome of Intelligence being forgot. Shadowhunter is very close to level 4. We actually got a boneyard coming in here. Looks like we're going to see ourselves here some frost worms. Still no spirit lodge for the orc, but I guess against destroyers, spirit cows wouldn't be that helpful, since destroyers do very well as the anti-caster unit for the undead race with their devour magic. And with each spell they devour, they also get increased damage. It's a very nice little hint. The orc looks like he's gonna creep out this Snow Overseer camp, and the undead's gonna creep out this Goblin Laboratory camp. And it looks like the orc's gonna get himself here an expansion. Claws of attack +6. That's a nice beefed up Blade Master right there, +30 damage. And Belt of Giant Strength, I believe, was dropped. Very nice item for a Death Knight. Frostworm pumping out here. The undead is over a low upkeep, and the orc's still at no upkeep and getting expansion. He will have nice income. But looks like we might have ourselves here an engagement. Blade Master Windwalking and snare onto the Lich. Frost armor, coil, buddy, Death Knight text. And that Lich is getting focused. He's gonna pass the TP over. He's trying. Oh, I saw the Death Knight. He ran over the past the TP, but he couldn't get in time. I figured I'd pause because the more time I have with you all, I just feel more like a man. But back to the fight. Looks like the Blade Master's gonna get focused, and nice save on that Fiend, but this doesn't look like a good fight for the undead. There are plenty of headhunters here. It looks like the undead will TP away from this. Frostworm almost out. We got some abominations here. Meanwhile, we've got more raiders pumping in, more headhunters, and an expansion that I believe the undead does not know about. No, he does not. Ooh, no. Fog wore off. Yes, pingity ping. Lich looks like it's gonna be revived the old, slow, old-fashioned way. Maybe not. We got a destroyer flying to the tavern. Very risky. Could get sniped off, but he won't. Or maybe he's not going to the Hero Tavern. Oh, or maybe he is. Are you gonna make up your mind here, buddy? Or maybe you're not gonna go to tavern. I don't know what you're doing. I'll keep an eye on that. Kodo War Drum upgrade being used, and it looks like the Destroyer's heading straight for this expansion. I assure you folks, there's no map pack involved here. So, lucky guess. It looks like he's gonna creep out the red spot. We'll have to see what super duper item he gets. Meanwhile, this Destroyer is gonna get sniped out. Would a map hacker run him right into Raiders? I don't think he would. There we go. Ring of Protection +4. That is like the worst item you could get from a red spot.
Attack.
Oh, I feel so bad for the undead player. That's awful. Death Knight, very close to level 5. Once he hits level 5, creeps will no longer give experience to him. Let's see what items dropped here at this goblin shop. Robe of Magi +6. Be a very good item on the Shadow Hunter. The more mana, the more healing waves, and more hex. Ooh, 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 ooh. Looks like the undead's gonna try his better luck. See if he'll get a better item here. Looks like the orc's gonna. Ooh, that lich is in a very.
Forces are
Ooh,
under attack.
ooh, ooh. Oh, ensnaring the lich. Ooh, that is very bad luck. Oh, ooh, that hurts me. Amulet spell shield dropping here, which could actually be a decent item. Block off some hexes. I'm not sure if it works against the Orb of Lightning's Purge, but if that's the case, it might waste the spell shield. Orc coming in here for the engagement. Another Frostworm pops out. Will he force here a TP? No, the undead's actually going to attack this expansion. Cancel on the burrow. Looks like the orc's speed's scrolling up here. And he buying himself a TP. We're gonna have ourselves here a TP, folks. And the undead smartly backing off. Gotta, ooh. Ensnare on the abomination, but it will survive. No problem. And it looks like the undead's gonna be expanding here. And I don't believe the orc knows about this. No, he does not. That dragon better run for his life. Lich, halfway out. Having to be resurrected twice in a row. That Lich hasn't had much to live for. Or be undead for, however that works. However that looks. Looks like the gold mines are running out here. Oop. I don't believe the undead's strong enough for this, but in case we have an engagement, it's currently 61 food for the undead versus 65 for the orc, so it's pretty even. Undead does have an army that's pretty vulnerable to these headhunters, but we'll have to see how that goes. Lich is finally out. Sells the Cloak of Shadows. The orc wants to take this, but at the same time he doesn't. He must contemplate with himself what he must do.
A player's forces are under
Looks
attack.
like the orc will try to take a second expansion. Wyvern, actually. How'd I miss that? Well, Wyvern getting caught out here. And a headhunter. The orc is trailing behind this army, so we'll have to see how this goes. Might get the undead in a sandwich here, as we do have some towers being placed here. Looks like a fiend's gonna get ensnared, but invulnerability pod onto that Blade Master. He realizes he was getting a lot of ensnares going here. These Frostworms are becoming very vulnerable. These are very expensive units to lose. The undead actually does have a shade, so he can't see this Blade Master. Does he have dust? He doesn't. And Blade Master pretty much has free reign. Raider getting caught out here. Spell shield being used. I don't know on what, but probably Hex. There's just too many headhunters for the undead to take here. And it looks like the orc's on the chase here. That Blade Master wants that Death Knight. If I was the undead, I'd just TP out. A 350 gold TP is cheaper than all these units he's losing, that's for sure. Ooh. Ooh. That undead should have TP'd. He lost more gold than a TP's worth. Blade Master close to level 5, and it looks like he's going to get himself a nice use of Devour Magic, but nice long range coil, but this Frostworm's getting focused. Level 5 onto the Blade Master. The undead just lost pretty much his whole army.
A player's forces are under attack.
And he's going to lose this Fiend. He's just having no luck. Now he TSP, but I believe he's a little late. Kodo even ate the Fiend. This orc is on the ball. He's on that ball. More Frostworms coming out here. More Raiders. Still no Spirit Lodge, but I already said why before. It's currently 47 supply to 49, so actually still even. But the orc does have a lot more smaller food units, so in a way he is ahead. The undead does see the orc army with that Fiend, and he knows to back off. Ooh, that Raider almost got that ensnare. Ooh, he almost got another one. Nice use of Burrow. But that Shadow Hunter might go out and get himself dust. Undead doing a little poking here. He knows that he knows the Fiend's there, so he's trying to delay him from getting that dust. Meanwhile, this expansion's still up. And we got another orc expansion being built here. Shadow Hunter going out to get that dust.
A player's forces are under attack.
Or not. Ooh. Looks like the orc's gonna come in here for engagement. And Snare's going down on the Frostworm. Trolls are berserking up. Frostworm gets picked off here. Kodo's getting himself an abomination. That is a big snack. And the undead is trapped in his base. Even the destroyer getting ensnared here. Ensnare costs like what? 75, 50 gold to research? It is definitely getting its money worth. It is definitely getting that money's worth. And if there's a ring in the background of my mic, I am not sure, but I've noticed there has been in my other videos. I am sorry, and I'll try to figure out how to fix that. I just remember that. That Fiend is still